It's now time for closing statements, your chance to convince the audience here and on PCN that you can get it done if you're elected. So we will begin with Allegheny County Executive Dan Honorado, Democrat.
Well, thank you again. It's been a great audience. I appreciate the questions, but this is about the race for governor. I'm a candidate up here that's actually governed a significant sized government, the second largest county, and I have a long track record of over 6 years. I'm proud of that track record. Reforming government, turning the economy around, consolidating functions, investing in education, and getting our workforce prepared for the jobs of tomorrow, and particularly the green jobs. One of the most recent companies that opened up is a German company that manufactures mirrors for the solar industry. 300 jobs opened about 4 months ago, which is a continuation of our economic development. But this race is about one thing: jobs in the economy and creating the environment for the private sector to thrive again. That means, sure, we got to get a corporate tax structure that's competitive. It's the second highest. Our regulatory agencies like DEP and PennDOT got to understand that if a company asks for a permit, they're not the enemy. They want to invest money here, and they deserve an answer in 4 months, not 2 years. And yes, if we're going to compete, we got to invest in people and have the best educated workforce for the jobs of tomorrow, starting from basic education, early childhood, to post-high school investments. We do all three of those things, create an environment for the private sector to thrive, and provide them with the best workforce. There's no doubt in my mind that the Commonwealth can lead the way for a national economic recovery. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And next up will be State Senator Anthony Hardy Williams, Democrat.
Thank you for the sponsors, and thank you for all being here. I wouldn't be here if I would not be in this race if it were not for these issues. It pains me that I have to be in a race at this period of time when so many people from Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Erie, York, Bradford, Elk, Prairie County are not facing any hope. And we're here tonight talking about, discussing in some theoretical term, outcomes. The challenges for the next governor of Pennsylvania are exactly here. How do we take a generation that are chronically unemployed, not knowing how to go to work, don't know what critical thinking is? I wouldn't be sitting on this stage tonight. I have a degree in economics. I have a background in business. I went back to my community to participate because I realized how tough it was. I'm inspired by these young people, but I want to tell you, the next governor has to have not just a Pennsylvania view, a southeastern view, a Pittsburgh view, a suburban view, a liberal or conservative view. They have to have a global view. They have to challenge the paradigm of how we do things in Pennsylvania, inspire young people who are not here like these young people tonight, who are sitting out on street corners all across Pennsylvania and wondering what their future is going to be like. There has to be that governor who controls spending, who has a vision of creating an economy, who knows where those jobs are, and ultimately will hold the public school system and private school system and all systems of training accountable for what we're doing to these young people. It's my hope that I'll be your governor, but most importantly, I'll be a part of this community for a long, long time.
Thank you, sir. Next up, we will hear from Montgomery County Commissioner Joe Huffle, Democrat.
Thank you all for being here. There's no question our biggest challenge is to turn around our economy, create jobs, and create opportunity. I want to see state government invest our economic development and community revitalization funds in our downtowns and our older communities. Make choices. To govern well is to choose. That means we have to focus where the jobs are needed and the investment is needed and the revitalization is needed. I want to make sure that we have the resources to invest in transportation infrastructure as well. That creates jobs in the construction industry. More importantly, it creates economic competitiveness. It allows an improved quality of life. It gets goods to market. It keeps Pennsylvania competitive. I want to develop jobs in the green economy, not only in the natural gas industry, but in the alternative and renewable energy fields of wind and solar and biodiesel. We need to invest in Pennsylvania, and as I've said a couple times, we have to have something that we can invest. So we need some straight talk about our tax base and how we're going to govern ourselves and how we're going to invest in our children and our future. Our next governor has to bring us together, has to build coalitions that cross party lines, that cross rural, suburban, city lines. We need leadership in the executive office. I hope to provide that. I ask for your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And next we hear from State Representative Sam Rohr, Republican.
Well, thank you all for being here this evening. It's a privilege for me, and I think all of us, to be here as well. It is my firm belief that this next election that we're in and the next term of office that will be faced by the governor of this Commonwealth will be the most significant and face the most challenging and monumental issues that have been faced by a governor. The problems that have been talked about have just been shoved off for so many years, which is why the state is sitting here tonight in insolvency, why the state is only a couple of years away from bankruptcy. Understand where we are, because problems have been shoved off. The next governor is going to have to deal with economic issues. I am prepared to do that, to reduce the spending, not to raise taxes, to deal with our business climate, which has been long a problem but not dealt with, our tax rates, our regulatory climate, our labor climate, our legal climate, embracing new industry when it comes along, like our energy and Marcellus Shale. But I'm also just as committed to dealing with the issues that are close to all of us. That's why we fund public education. It's broken right now. The elimination of school property taxes, ultimately all property taxes, something we must do in this Commonwealth. Right now, none of us own our own homes. None of us own our homes. We rent it from government. Folks, it's a major impact economically upon us, as well as everything else. This is a key issue. We will take the lead, as I have on this issue in the past. The people of the state choose to put me in the governor's chair. We're going to lead in this area where we believe the government is best if it's not big, it's small, leaving your money, your property in your pocket, spending wisely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And we hear now in his closing remarks from Pennsylvania Auditor General Jack Wagner, Democrat.
Thank you all for being here, especially the young people. I don't think there's been a turnout where we've had more young people. It's great to see that. Pennsylvania has huge challenges facing it going forward. We will be faced with at least a $4 billion deficit next year. The governor that is elected will have to make very tough decisions. We need to reduce the cost of state government. It's really that simple. But we have to do it with a scalpel and not with a hammer. And we need to invest in our people. We need to invest in our young people. We need to invest in our future. We need to take advantage of our strengths in terms of economic opportunity. But we also need structural reform in state government. We're in the Constitution Center. We need a constitutional convention in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We need to reduce the size of the General Assembly. We need to have campaign finance reform in state government. We're one of the few states in the country where you can make a $100,000 or $200,000 donation. We're one of the few states in the country where you can hand out a contract with the left hand and receive a contribution with the right hand. There needs to be some serious, and I repeat, serious structural changes in how this government operates. Pennsylvania is a magnificent state. It's the greatest state in America. We have a great opportunity to put us back on track, but it requires leadership with integrity and the ability to work in a bipartisan way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now we hear from Pennsylvania Attorney General Tom Corbett, Republican.
I, too, want to thank the sponsors for having us here tonight and thank all of you for coming out in what is clearly an exercise in democracy in the heart of democracy here in Philadelphia. I'm running for governor of Pennsylvania for our children, for our grandchildren, for the future of Pennsylvania. Yes, we have great challenges in front of us. We have great opportunities as a result of those challenges to make the changes, many of the changes that you've heard my colleagues up here talk about. We need to address, though, how government is going to function in the future, the cost of government, where we're going to be in 2020 and 2030 when our kids are the ones that are making these decisions, where we're going to be on education in those years to make a workforce that is educated for the jobs of the future. That's what we're here for tonight. This is an exercise in democracy, and many of us made promises. I'm going to make one promise in my conclusion here. The decisions that I make as governor, if elected as governor, those decisions are going to be made with one thought in mind. And that one thought is, what is in the best interest of the citizens of Pennsylvania? What is in the best interest of our children? What is in the best interest of the future of Pennsylvania? Thank you.
Thank you, candidates, for your civility and your discipline. Round of applause for our candidates. If you could just hang on for 1 second. We want to thank our questioners, thank our timers, thank you very much, thank our signers, thank you very much, as well as the signers to the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, but our signers here. And also thank the National Constitution Center and PCN. We hope you found this discussion interesting and helpful in explaining the candidates' visions and on the subject matter of education, training, and support in Pennsylvania's workforce and future economy. We would like to thank the sponsors of the forum, the Job Opportunity Investment Network, the CEO Council for Growth, the Greater Philadelphia Urban Affairs Coalition, the Philadelphia Academies, the Philadelphia Workforce Investment Board, the Philadelphia Youth Network, and the United Way of Southeastern Pennsylvania, and of course the Steering Committee. I'm Steve Highsmith. Thank you. Have a great night, and please remember to vote in the Pennsylvania primary on Tuesday, May 18th. Good night.